It was a different time, in a different world. It seems even like a different life. Everything was much simpler. Perhaps it was harder. There was poverty, intense poverty, but it was life rich in Torah. There was no television, no computers. We came home, opened our forum and learned. But it was a time when Jew was a Jew. First of all, we had to help at home, even every day, even while we were in school. You know, we came home from school. It wasn't done everything like we had to cut wood, to cook, and we had to clean. There was mud on the streets, and we had to clean our shoes. It didn't go everything, and we had to help. We had to take the bread to the bakery, have it baked. It wasn't everything done. But the washer wasn't no wash machines and no Frigidairs. So there was much more work to be done at home than today kids have any. Today the kids learn, they go home to school, and then they could go play ball. Mr. Chaim Bomstein, a survivor from the town of Kelts, Poland, describes a typical school day.
The school day started 8 o'clock in the morning up to 6 o'clock in the evening. Yeah. And when I was 4 years, or maybe less, I started to learn Chemish. Yeah. And by 6 years, I was learning Gemur.
Mr. Gabe Deutsch tells us how it was in his town of Mesorah in Czechoslovakia.
We got up like at 4 or 5 in the morning, walked to Cheder, learned till about 7, at which time we went to shul, came home, had breakfast, and then we went to secular schools.
It was a poor apartment, a nice room, the rooms were all big rooms. One big table, and two boys learned Gemur.
Things were not quite the same for the girls, explains Mrs. Leah Gottesman, a survivor from the town of Sasovka in Czechoslovakia.
They didn't learn like the boys, you know, Chumash or Rash and everything. Just they learn, the girls, they teach how to daven. When the girls know how to daven, they start to go to the rabbi.
Mrs. Shana Yudkovitz speaks about modesty in her shtetl.
And the girls, we also have organization to keep it sneezestig. They're not supposed to go in mini clothes or accept black stockings. They should have long hair. They're not supposed to go dance with boys.
If there is any day that stands out more than any other, it's that special day of Shabbos. Mr. Josef Bistritz, a survivor from Bukovina, the town of Mihai Falva.
Shabbos, you felt the Shabbos in the community. There was Streimlich on the street, and there was, of course, you were dressed Shabbosdik. It was impossible to forget that it was Shabbos. The Shabbos afternoon, you came into the Beis Medrash, it was packed. Everybody had the different Svorim, different Hasidic Svorim, Hashkofa, different things.
Memories of Yom Tovim evoke the greatest sense of nostalgia, and of all the Yom Tovim, Pesach with all its preparation really stands out.
Right after Purim, the whole Stuart changed. You smelled the Pesach coming in the city. You smelled it in the air.
Mrs. Lottie Jacob from the province of Bukovina, from the town of Mihai Falva.
And it was so much work, preparation, and it was so beautiful, the Seder and everything, that when it came Achar Shor Pesach, we were so asked, the kids, we were so sorry that Pesach is gone, because we really enjoyed it.
We all heard these stories. They were too horrific to believe. We didn't want to believe them. We still don't want to believe them.
On November 22nd, 1939, we were thrown out from our 60 buildings were thrown out. All the Jews from 60 buildings were emptied out within 10 minutes. Who didn't come out in 10 minutes was shot.
Entire communities, rich Torah centers representing over 2,000 years of Torah learning, 6 million precious Jewish souls, reduced to smoldering memories.
What will become of all the memories? Are they to scatter with the dust in the breeze? And who will stand before a world that now wishes to deny? Or will they believe in someone who never heard the cries? There is nothing I can say or do to make things change. Time has a way of passing by so fast, and like a fleeting shadow, no one will recall the faces of the past. What will become of all the memories? Are they to scatter with the dust in the breeze? Yet one thought gives me comfort. It's all that
When the nightmare was over, I mean as over as it could be, for those of us who lived through it, there was relief, but more than anything else, there was uncertainty. Uncertainty about life, about Jewish life, about the future of the Jewish people.
I see the unbroken chain. I see the unbroken chain from the previous generations and to the next generation that at one time looked that it was completely severed, never to be continued. And I see that this chain is continuing with all the luster and strength that we anticipate and we hope. And that, of course, makes it all worthwhile. It helps you to even forget everything. Not that you can forget it, but it pales into insignificance, seeing that what the plan was and how miserably it failed.
So I am very happy when I am by my son of Shabbos Friday night, that the little one, 4 years old, and they already say the Bruche, the Moitze. She knows already, and when Kiddush they make, she makes it. There's a pleasure if my mother would see that and my father. I hope they see.
To have survived and have a family, a wife with 3 wonderful children and 9 grandchildren is something to be thankful for.
All of us who went through it, there is not one day that passes that we don't ask ourselves, why? We try to give it a meaning. We have to. Mr. Moshe Chaim Berkovich puts it like this.
So I was only a link. That link looks like it was important. I'm not the important one. I was just a link. I think they're the important ones.
Not only did we survive, our people are flourishing. Out of the ashes has come life.